Long day in the office. Still here. It's starting to get a little bit late. Not too late for me. I wanted to talk to you guys about focus. I was entertaining buying a gym, a retro fitness gym. I had the financing lined up. I had, a great price, and the gym was actually going to make money. And I was called my lawyer, said, "Listen, let's draw up the deal. Let's go get it done." And I found myself late night really thinking about the gym and what direction I was headed in and what the gym was what needed to be done in order to get the gym to where I wanted it to be. And I ended up turning the deal down. And I had gotten a few calls from, I had to call my lawyer, tell him, apologize for wasting your time. And, he says something very important to me. He says, knowing the direction in which you're going in, I didn't think the gym was a good fit. So I want to talk about really the power of focus. A lot of you guys want to be off your job so bad that any little opportunity that comes up, you're on it. You're jumping on this, you're jumping on this, you're jumping on this, you're jumping on this in order to make money. And I get it. It's cool, it's fine, but you got to find something that you're passionate about, and then you have to figure out how you can monetize it. Now, if your passion, for instance, is smoking weed, somebody once told me that before. There's actually, now that weed's legal, you actually can find the lane for it. This is at a time where it wasn't legal. Or it's not legal in New York, should I say that? It's going to be very hard for you to figure out how to monetize that. But there are elements of having fun, being social that you may be able to kind of monetize. So as you look at real estate, or you look at different businesses, or you look at different ways that you can find yourself to get financially free, you always want to make sure that what you're getting is in line with what your passion is. That's extremely important. And the ability to focus. You only have a set amount of time, a set amount of money. You can't start spreading your time and money all over the place. Because when you plant a bunch of seeds and you don't water them, nothing grows. Okay, so if you plant a seed, you want it to grow, you gotta water it. Okay, that's very important. Because a lot of us will jump into something, or will be all over the place, and we don't give our maximum effort. My business didn't really flourish until I really sat down and focused. And the more niche you are, the better chance you have of success. That is something that we may find hard because we're used to quote unquote multiple options, multiple streams of income is the things that we hear. But the thing is that if you do what you do well, other streams of income will come later on. The thing is that you'll have enough money where those other streams of income won't vie for your time. If you look at the richest people in the world, they're focused pretty much on one thing. There's a rare Elon Musk, but your Bill Gates of the world, your Jeff Bezos, they don't need to diversify. They're doing quite well with Amazon or Microsoft, or at the time, uh, you know, Apple, all these, Zuckerberg with Facebook, all of these companies, these guys built something, and there's really one thing that they spent their hard time and focused on, and that one thing, obviously, is way more than if they would have, kind of divided their time and diversified at the beginning. So even though it may seem like you're cutting something off, I highly recommend being focused. If your focus is real estate, you need to turn it down. What type of real estate are you doing? Where are you doing it at? What property types are you going for? And ultimately, what's your goal? And stay focused on achieving that and getting better at that. You're going to have a lot of opportunity. Oh, I don't do this type of property, but I can get it for cheap. Or there's a property on the other side of town that I could jump in on. You have to know what you do, and you got to be disciplined enough to stick to it. And I guarantee if you do that and you put the time, energy, and effort in, eventually you're going to start saving time and your economies of scale will go up. I was talking to a newbie investor, and he was talking about being in different markets. I said, your goal should be to focus on one market, and I wouldn't even go past the county. And he said, well, why is that? Well, I said, well, how do you know what a deal looks like? And he thought about it. I said, when I'm in an area that I know, I only spend 15 seconds before I know if it's a deal or not. I can go through transactions like this. It's like when I look at a deal in the county I know, I can go like this, like I'm flicking through a book, and I go, oh, that's a deal. When you don't know what a deal looks like, and if you don't understand the market, you're going to be looking at each page, you're going to be figuring it out, making phone calls. It takes up a lot of time. And the one thing that gets business really going is how do you maximize your time. And maximizing your time is becoming an expert. You need to focus on becoming an expert in something very specific, very narrow, that you become or can possibly become the best in the world at it. So, no, you may not be the best real estate person in the world, but nobody knows more about this section of town than me. I know everything that's sold. I know prices per square foot. I know who's buying. I know who's selling. So you become that particular expert in that particular field. If you're a real estate agent, I highly recommend that advice. Don't be all over the place. Focus on the area and get good at it. Real estate is an information business, but business in general, you want to get good at doing something. People like experts. People pay for expertise. And more importantly, becoming an expert is going to make you a lot more efficient. And in the long run, it's going to make you a lot more money. All right? So, G. Kelly Dixon, Mogul Ambition.